We will be looking at our systems review packet, number 6 through 10. This will help us for our test that we will have on Friday. Problem number 6 gives us two equations, and the question sentence asks for the solution to the system. Solution to system. Well, we know a system is two equations. That is one of the big ideas in this last 3 weeks. Okay. And the solution to the system, it's a point of intersection. Point of intersection. It is the one ordered pair that both equations share. So we're looking for the one point that these two have in common. Well, we've seen the method to find this on the calculator numerous times. Alright. From our home screen, I will select one new document. We don't want to save the document, no. Then one calculator. Then menu. Then 3 algebra. Then solve system of linear equations. 2. It's 2 equations. Our variables are x and y. Now we simply enter in these 2 equations, no problem. Y is 5 divide 3. A fraction is just a division. X subtract 3. Don't hit enter, arrow down. Y equals x plus 1. Then enter. 6, 7. That is our ordered pair. Actually, I changed this problem on your page. This should be a subtract 1. Alright, so I can easily change this addition to a subtraction by scrolling up, hitting enter, and changing this to a subtraction. Now I hit enter. 3, 2. Hopefully that was the ordered pair that you got. Alright. 3, 2. This is the solution. It's the point of intersection of those two lines. If we graph these two lines, this is where it'll intersect, and I will show that. We will now look and see that these two equations graphically will have this point of intersection 3, 2. Alright. I will go home screen. I can do my Scratchpad graph, or I'll do a new document graph. 1, new doc. No, I don't want to save. 2, add graphs. Alright, my first function, I will add 5 divide 3. X subtract 3. Enter. Then tab. X minus 1. Enter. Here you can see the point of intersection. That is indeed over 1, 2, 3, up 1, 2. 3, 2 is my point of intersection. I will look at my table and verify that. Menu, table, split screen table. Scrolling over, you see one pairs with 1 1/3, one pairs with 0, 2 pairs with 2 different things, but 3 pairs with 2 in both F1 and F2. Alright. Next, problem number 7. We're talking about men and women, and it says we have 53 total, and the number of women was 5 more than twice the number of men. Well, first I will define my variables. I know I'm looking for number of, so I'm going to let M be number of men, and W to be my number of women. I know I'm looking for number of. That is step 1, define the variables. Step 2, I want to write an equation. There's 53 total, so clearly that'll be M plus W equals 53. It says the women was 5 more than twice the men. The verb is equals. Is means equals. In this case it's was. Women, W. Was is the verb equals 5 more than twice the men. Well, twice the men would be 2m, and 5 more than that is plus 5. This statement is the same as this one. Women was 5 more than twice the men. So now we have our system. We can use our calculator to solve this system. Okay. Home screen. One new doc. No, we don't want to save. One calculator. Menu. 3 algebra. 2 system of linear equations. This time I'm going to use the variables m and w. Delete m, comma, w. Now I'm ready. Now I'm ready to enter in my equations just as I see them. M plus w equal 53. Scrolling down. W is twice the men plus 5. Now I hit enter. I get the solution 1637. What is it? Well, that's m comma w because that's the way we defined it. If I change this, then this would flip. Notice here, m is 16. M is 16, but watch. I will scroll up, change. I'm going to change the order of w and m. First w, comma, then m. I hit enter again. Now this is flipped, but notice m is still 16. Here m is first, it's 16. Here m is second, still 16. So my ordered pair is 1637. 16 comma 37, where m is 16 and w is 37. It should be w. Let's try that again. This is m comma w. 16 is the m, 37 is the w. Now we go with one sentence in context. There were 16 men and 37 women. All right, that is number 7. 8. We're dealing with trout and bass. It says there are 24 total fish. The trout average 2.5 pounds each. The bass average 8 pounds each. Well, again, I will define variables. Let's let T be number of trout. I know I'm looking for number of because that's what it says, how many. Let's let B be number of bass. Well, we have 24 total, so one equation needs to be T plus B equals 24. We have seen that pretty frequently. Summing equals some amount. Well, the trout are averaging 2.5, so 2.5 times the number of trout will give me the pounds in trout, plus 8 is my average pound of the bass. 8b. This will equal the total number in pounds of all the fish. And that amount is 137. So that is my system of equations. It doesn't ask me to solve. All right, number 9 is involving a function for the cost of a wedding. It tells us that the cost C will be equal to 75 times n, the number of guests, plus 1,500. It wants us to find how many guests will have a cost of 8,625. Well, we're looking for n. We're simply going to substitute 8,625 in for C. So here I go. My original function, C equals 75n plus 1,500. We're given the cost of 8,625. That will substitute for C. Solving for n, we will now subtract 1,500 from both sides. 75n is 7125, and dividing both sides by 75, $7,125 divided by 75 is 95. N is 95. That is our number of guests. 95 guests will cost $8,625. The last problem, number 10. 10 asks us to find the solution to the system. Find solution to the system. Well, the solution to the system is the one point the two functions have in common. If you look at those two mappings, mapping 1 and mapping 2, there's one ordered pair they have in common. And I believe it's 2 pairs with 1. It's either 2 pairs with 1 or 1 pairs with 2. I'm recalling from my mind at this time, but that is the solution. It's the one point that they have in common. The rest of the points they don't have in common. The solution to the system is the one ordered pair, the one point that they have in common. Count how many questions that you missed. Obviously, if you missed 0, you made a 100. 0 pairs with a 100, number missed. If you missed 1, you're going to receive an 85. If you missed 2, you're going to receive a 70. If you missed 3, you'll receive a 55. And if you missed more than 3, you're going to receive a beating from me. No, I'm just kidding. If you missed more than 3, you need to come into a tutorial so we can discuss what needs to go on. But if you miss 4, that will be a 40. And if you manage to miss all 5, you're still going to get 25 points. All right, that is your grade on this quiz.